hope everyone is staying healthy and well at home. My name is Paulina and I'm a first-year PhD student here at Purdue University studying chemical engineering. Today we will have some fun learning about acids and bases commonly found in your kitchens, and we will do so through a very colorful reaction. But before we get to that, let's learn a little bit about acids and bases and what that means.
When it comes to acid reactions, the hydrogen atom is most important. It is made of one proton and one electron. As we know, protons are positively charged and electrons are negatively charged. So one proton and one electron will make the hydrogen atom have zero charge. Here we have a hydrogen where the little dot represents an electron. A hydrogen meets another atom, which is chlorine in this case, which has 7 electrons, and it will make a compound called hydrochloric acid. However, chlorine likes electrons much more than hydrogen, and it will take it. This will leave our hydrogen atom without any electrons, so it will be just a proton. So what makes hydrochloric acid an acid? It is an acid because it is a donator of protons, so it gives up one proton. Similar process occurs with bases. Here we have a compound called sodium hydroxide, which is a base. Just like in previous case, hydroxide loves electrons much more than sodium, and it will steal all of the electrons, forming hydroxide ion. This ion would be negative because of the extra electrons. Our proton, which is positive, will be attracted to it, and it will form a bond. Thus, a base is a compound which accepts protons. Now we learned that acids are proton donors and bases are proton acceptors. But how do we quantify how acidic or basic a compound could be? Chemists have invented a pH scale, which is a mathematical function of how much hydrogen protons are in a solution. A low pH means that there are many protons, and thus the solution is acidic. A high pH means that there are few protons and the solution is basic. We can measure pH using a pH indicator. It is a substance that will tell us the pH of a solution. Red cabbage contains anthocyanin, a molecule that acts as a natural pH indicator, changing colors when the pH changes. It is deep blue or purple color in neutral state or pH of around 7, but it will change color to red in acidic environment, so when there are many protons, and it will become green or even yellow in basic environments.
Now that we know the definitions of acids, bases, and pH, let's investigate the different pHs of various substances around our own houses. To do so, we will need a red or purple cabbage. We will need some lemon or lime juice, some vinegar, baking powder or baking soda, and some soap. An optional material for this experiment would be an ammonia-based cleaner. This is a very dangerous chemical, so if you do choose to use this one, please ask your parents or guardians for help with it. Now, let's get started.
Every scientist knows that safety comes first. Let's tie our long hair in a ponytail so it doesn't get in our way. Then we need to protect our hands with gloves. We also have to make sure that we're wearing long pants and that we are not barefoot. Let's go get some shoes. These shoes probably won't do. We can see our toes. Okay, let's look for another pair. Okay, I think these will do. Every good scientist has to work with a partner. Please ask your parents or guardians for help. Today I'll be working with Winnie the Pooh, who's also wearing the correct protection. So let's get into the experiment. Our first step is to take our red cabbage and chop it up into small pieces. We'll take these pieces and put them in a large pot, and we'll add some water into it, and we will take it to a stovetop and let it boil for a few minutes. Make sure that you're using a glove because it will be hot. And we'll boil it for about 5 minutes until the water turns this nice purple color. After waiting a few minutes for the pot to cool down, we'll use a strainer to extract the water from the cabbage. Let's get into the fun part of the experiment. I have transferred our cabbage water into a measuring cup so it's easier to pour. Please pour this cabbage water into different cups, making sure that there's about the same amount of cabbage water in all of the cups. We'll use this to test the pHs of different things. Now let's test some pHs. First, let's take some lemon juice, which is pH of 2, which means that it's acidic, and let's add it to our cabbage water. As we add the lemon juice, we observe that the cabbage water is changing to bright red color. Next, let's test some vinegar. White vinegar has pH of 2.5, which is still acidic, but it's slightly less acidic than our lemon juice. And when we add it, we observe that it becomes still very deep red color, maybe slightly more pink. Yeah, look at this. They're so pretty. Next is some water. Water has pH of around 7. It is neutral. So let's add it to our cabbage water, and the water becomes blue, or it remains very deep blue, maybe slightly purple. It does depend a little bit for where you live. pH of water can change, but it should be still around 7. Next, we will test some baking soda. Baking soda is basic. It has pH of around 9. So let's add it to our cabbage water and take a clean spoon and swirl it around to dissolve it. As we can see, the color has changed to blue. It's definitely more blue than purple. So it is basic. Even more basic than some baking soda is some soap. Soap has a pH of around 10. So let's add some soap. I have chopped it up beforehand. And let's add it to our cabbage water and take a clean spoon and swirl it around to dissolve it. And as we dissolve the soap, we can see that the cabbage water becomes a bit more blue, maybe even a little bit yellow or green in tint. Finally, let's test some ammonia. Again, a warning, ammonia is very bad for you and it doesn't smell very good, so please ask your parents for help. So ammonia is very, very basic. It has pH of around 11. And when we add it to the cabbage water and we take our clean spoon again and we dissolve it, we can see that the cabbage water has turned green, maybe even yellowish color. And it smells really bad, so let's cover it up. So here we have our complete pH scale from red to blues to yellows. Now let's test the pH of something that we do not know. Let's pour some leftover cabbage water into another cup. And let's test the pH of a bubble water. So let's open it up and let's pour it into our cabbage water. And as we can see, it starts to change color. It becomes a little bit purple, a little bit pinkish in color. To find the pH of our bubble water, let's compare it to our scale that we made before. That goes from reds to blues to greens. When we try to match our experimental bubble water to the scale, we can see that it more closely resembles the colors of the acidic portion. It is probably between the red and the blue on the scale. This means that the pH of bubble water has to be somewhere between 2.5 and 7, which means it is acidic. This phenomenon of changing colors is completely reversible. Here, I'll be adding some lemon water to the cabbage juice, and you can see that it turns red just like it did before. But when I add some soap to it and I stir it so the soap dissolves, you can see that the color is changing back to a little purple, slightly bluish. So the cabbage still is a pH indicator and will keep changing colors. Let's use what we learned about pH indicators to make some art. Let's take some leftover cabbage water and let's take a paper towel and let's wet the paper towel in the cabbage water and rinse it well. So the paper towel is completely soaked in the cabbage water. And then we can take any of our materials that we use through this experiment. We can take some lemon juice, some vinegar, some baking powder, and we can draw a picture, as the cabbage water in the paper towel will act as a pH indicator. Finally, we can use this to make a magic trick. And let's take our lemon juice, our soap, any of the materials we used before, and draw a picture. When we put some of the cabbage water on our hands, the picture will come to life, and then we can trick our friends into thinking it's magic, but it's actually just some science.
This would conclude our red cabbage pH indicator experiment. I hope you learned a lot about acids and bases and pH indicators. This was only one of many experiments you can do at home using simple everyday objects. Stay curious, stay healthy, and thank you for joining me today. Bye bye!